Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here at the Bake the Connection Next Stop Your Career. For everyone that's coming in, students, can you please tell us where you're studying and what your major is? For those of you that are working, can you tell us where you work and what your role is? And if you can just type that into the chat, we'd just like to get an idea of where everyone's um, logging in from. And maybe I'll use myself as an example. So I'm working at Jacobs Engineering and I'm a transportation engineer. You guys can just answer those questions into the chat, please. Jorge Rios, congratulations, just graduated. See some people from Santa Clara. You see Davis, Monterey, San Jose. Great, thank you all for everyone that's responding. Okay, we're 4 minutes in. I think we're gonna get started. If you guys want to continue, please continue letting us know where you're calling in from. So thank you all again for joining us tonight. This is our third year organizing this event where we try to connect younger professionals and students to professional organizations around the Northern California area. This event is hosted by WTS and MTI and supported by all of the organizations that you will hear about today. So thank you all for helping this effort. So now a little bit about myself. My name is Itzel Moreno, and I'll be moderating the discussion today. I'm a transportation engineer at Jacobs Engineering and the co-chair of Students and Younger Members Committee. I graduated from San Francisco State, so I saw a few people saying they're from San Francisco State, so go Gators. And I was very recently in your shoes. I know that you all want to hear from these organizations, but first I want to introduce you to two key people before we begin. First up, we have the Interim Associate Dean for the Lucas College of Business at San Jose State University. David, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and MTI?
Sure. Thank you, Itzel. Happy to be here with everybody tonight. My name's Dave. My career in transportation started with the Chicago Transit Authority. After that, I returned to graduate school and then joined San Jose State in 2008. I want to tell you too about MTI. MTI is a university transportation center based in the College of Business at San Jose State. MTI leads 4 multi-university competitively selected consortia. The first 2 are the Mineta Consortium for Transportation Mobility and the Mineta Consortium for Equitable, Efficient, and Sustainable Transportation, both of which are funded by the U.S. Department of Transportation. We also lead the California State University Transportation Consortium, which is funded by the Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017, also known as California SB1. And we lead the Climate Change and Extreme Events Training and Research Program, which is funded by the Federal Railroad Administration. MTI's mission is to increase mobility for all by improving the safety, efficiency, accessibility, and convenience of our nation's transportation system. MTI also supports our Master's in Transportation Management program at San Jose State, And I invite you to visit MTI's website to learn more about the research that we produce and our graduate programs. Thank you, Itzel, and welcome again, everybody.
Thank you, David. Yeah, if maybe we can have that link in the chat, but I know we will be sharing these slides with everyone at the end. So fear not if you miss the link. All right. So the second person that I want to introduce you to tonight is Jasmine. She is the WTS San Francisco chapter president. Jasmine, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself and WTS?
Yes, thank you, Itzel. Thank you for hosting this event tonight. As Michelle said, my name is Jasmine Mejia, and I am the chapter president of WTS San Francisco Bay Area chapter. I am an environmental consultant, and I have been managing California Environmental Quality Act and National Environmental Policy Act documentation for transportation projects for the past 15 years. I work on I have experience working on highway projects, rail, housing, and land use as well. But really my focus has been in transportation, and that is the focus that I chose after being in the industry for several years. And that is because I work in transportation projects. You really have the opportunity to deliver infrastructure that is going to provide a benefit to our communities for accessibility and mobility, and really have an impact, direct impact in people's livelihoods. So WTS, the mission of WTS is to advance a women's careers by strengthening the transportation industry. And we do this several ways. We do this by connecting, attracting, sustaining, and advancing women. And the chapter, we have several committees, one of them which is students and younger members, led by Itzel, and really focused on engaging students and providing opportunities such as this one. And as you know, we also have a scholarships committee, and as Michelle mentioned earlier, we provide scholarships for undergraduate students, high school students, and all the way to graduate students. And our scholarship applications are going to be opening up here in the next couple of weeks. We also offer free memberships to all students. So if you're not a member of WTS, please do register. It's free, and we have events year-round. It's a great opportunity for you to come and network, and also just learn more about the industry and what's going on. And on our website, we have a career wall where agencies and firms reach out to us to post opportunities, whether it be entry-level jobs or internships. So highly recommend for you to stay engaged and join WTS. So now I will pass it back to Itzel, and thank you so much for welcoming me today.
Thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. And thank you, David. If you guys have any questions about both either MTI or WTS, please don't hesitate to reach out to either one of us or Jasmine and Dave. All right. So moving forward, I want to tell you guys how this session is going to go. So we're just going to be broken down into 3 sections. First, we have the slide deck where all the organizations are going to have a chance to give us a quick overview. Then we're going to move over to a moderated Q&A where the panelists will tell us their best advice for joining an organization. And then we will have the breakout rooms where you will have a chance to ask your specific questions and connect in smaller groups. Once again, we will be sending out the slides at the end of the event, so no need to take notes. And one final comment, if at any time you have any technical issues, please connect with Alvarina from MTI, who is providing Zoom support this evening. And if we can move over to the next slide, please. WTS is our first presenter, and I believe that's going to be Marcella and Christina. I know we heard from Jasmine, but that's our first slide.
Yeah, so this is Christina Watson. I'm the Monterey Bay Area Programs Chair for the WTS San Francisco Bay Area. And I also help Marcella with scholarships. So when she can chime in, I'm sure she'll want to tell you all about all the exciting scholarships that the chapter offers. We put on programs throughout the scope of the WTS area, which goes all the way from Sonoma down to San Luis Obispo, so it's quite large. So that's why we have a separate programs just for the Monterey Bay Area. At least we did before COVID. A lot of it has merged with a lot of Zoom events in the last 3 years, obviously. We also have, as Jasmine talked about, young and student memberships. We've got a mentoring program that is a very exciting opportunity for those who are more advanced in their careers to help mentor people who are just starting out in the transportation field, among other things. So Marcella, are you there? Are you able to turn on your audio?
I am indeed here. Can you hear me? And can you see me?
Hello, yes.
Okay. So as Christina mentioned, we cover the expanded San Francisco and Monterey Bay Area, and our events, both virtual and in person, are located around those areas as well. So at some point, you will have one that is near you. With regards to the scholarships, your timing is excellent. We have just posted those. And I see that Jasmine has thrown up the link on the website to the applications. And we have scholarships available for graduate students, undergrads, and if you know any folks who are going to community college or are graduating high school seniors, please pass those along. You must be female or female identifying for all of our scholarships. So my apologies, gentlemen. Let's see. And I guess I can go into more detail in the breakout session later. Thank you. Christina, did you want to pick back up, or should I run?
No, I'm just noticing that Itzel put the document about the mentoring program into the chat as well. So there are a lot of links in the chat. And yeah, please join us in the breakout room, and we're happy to answer all your questions. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Can we have the next slide, please?
Hi, everyone. My name is Lorelei Suarez, and I'm here representing ACEC, or the American Council of Engineering Companies. I specifically sit on the board of the Bay Bridge chapter, and ACEC is a national organization, highly localized and highly mobilized. The mission is professional engineers and surveyors dedicated to building a better California, and they are really focused on the future. My role specifically is Scholarship and Engineers Week. So I'm not an engineer by trade. I am a trusted advisor to the engineering industry, and many of my clients are members of the ACEC. So as a statewide organization, they want to enhance the industry. They're a big lobbying body and very active in terms of throwing monthly events. I'm happy to say that the Bay Bridge chapter has really well-attended monthly in-person events where we bring in speakers from all sorts of organizations. And my role, I really help to organize the volunteering efforts. So we've been involved with the Sandcastle Classic. We just worked with WTS to put together a Girls Summit at BART headquarters, and really focused on bringing in a diverse pipeline of talent, so that the future of engineering is reflective of our community as a whole. So we're very involved in the community at large. So how do you get involved? If you're a student, please join our mailing list and include that status of yours so that we can help you attend events at maybe a reduced cost, maybe sponsor your ticket. And in terms of scholarship, we're really excited that we're accepting applications right now. We are handing out 3 scholarships. The deadline for that application process is just a couple of weeks from now on November 24th. And the way it works with our chapter is we hand out some scholarships early at our holiday function in December, but then we move our winners along the state process. So there's also a state scholarship that our local winners will be competing for as well. Membership is going to be free for students. And I am one of the contacts. You can feel free to reach me. You can also reach out to Natalie Saylor, who heads up our programs. Any information you want regarding the scholarship, please feel free to click on that link. And then there's also a link to our website page. Just also want to let you know that depending on where you are located geographically, the East Bay is a very strong chapter, but there's chapters all along the state and specifically in Northern California. And some chapters have a focus on young people. So lots of opportunity, and we want to make it affordable for students. And it's a great chance for you to network on a monthly basis we usually get about 50 to 60 attendees every month across engineering companies in our 6 cities that we represent.
Great. Thank you so much, Lorelei. And if I'm learning anything here, it's that it's the perfect time for scholarships, everyone. All right. Can we go on to the next slide, please?
Carlina, do you want me to start or? Okay. Sounds good. My name is Sam Sargent, and I serve in my day job as the Director of Strategy here at Caltrain on the Peninsula, but I'm also a member of the Board of Directors for the American Planning Association Northern California chapter, which stretches from the Oregon border all the way down to Monterey County. And the mission of the APA, including our chapter, is creating great communities for all. And really, I think one of the greatest things about our organization, and frankly, all of the organizations you're going to hear from today, is that the goal is to try to elevate our profession, planning, in all of its many facets, but also to try to make it more diverse, to find more diversity of thought and of background, of socioeconomic status, of race, culture, language, whatever it might be. Because the only way that you're going to be able to plan great communities for all is if you have a cross-section of all of the many communities that are out there. Also trying to connect people to new jobs, but also to leadership opportunities, and just talk amongst ourselves and with people who are living their day-to-day lives and working in these communities to make sure that we know how to navigate change within our own profession. There's a lot of wonderful activities that APA does, including networking events. There's an annual awards gala and a holiday party, which is wonderful. Plenty of webinars. So if you're not able to make it to the in-person events, there are ample opportunities to learn more about the planning components of law, ethics, sustainability, equity. These are all things that are required for continuing education credits, but also mentorship programs, an international program, campus liaisons. I work on our newsletter, which is you can find it on the chapter website, and I hope that you'll sign up to get the email alerts, and then young and emerging planners, as well as mid-career programs. Carlina, do you want to pick up on ways to get involved?
Yeah, so it's really a great opportunity to get involved as a student. It's a free membership for students. We do have student representative positions for our board, and that's a great way to get your foot in the door, learn kind of what it's all about, and eventually move up in the organization as well. I've done that, and it's been really beneficial for me. So I mentioned the free memberships and the scholarships. We do have a really supportive board, so you can contact our director, Michael Cass, the YEP, the Young and Emerging Planners representatives, Prathna and Olivia, and our new SJSU student rep, Gil Navarrete. You can also check us out on our website. The full board is there with short bios. We have an events page. There are jobs available on there. It's a really good way to know what's going on with the organization and with different divisions as well.
Thank you guys. Thank you both. It's great. I see a lot of free membership for students. So if you're a student, please take advantage of that right now. All right. Thanks, guys. Can we go on to the next slide, please?
Hi, everyone. This is Marianne Gabriel. I'm representing the American Society of Civil Engineers, so ASCE, SFYMF, which stands for the Younger Member Forum. So our mission is to provide the technical and professional background and for members who are graduates till 35 years old. And ASCE is the world's largest publisher for civil engineering content, provides codes and standards to the public. But our group specifically, we provide technical talks, we provide social networking events, we go to conferences. You're more than welcome to join us. We have free membership for students and with fee for younger professionals. We encourage you to become part of our board, to work on your leadership after you graduate. So please join us on LinkedIn and Instagram for any news. And we are planning to have a joint barbecue for all of these great clubs presenting next summer. So please stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. Yeah, definitely connect with her. And like she said, we will have a barbecue next summer. So great. Can we go to the next slide, please?
Hey everyone, my name is Melissa Foley, and I am the chapter president for the Northern California Association for Commuter Transportation. ACT really strives, to create an efficient transportation system by empowering people, places, and organizations. So we have a lot of networking events, conferences. Our most recent event we did was for TDM Week, where we were able to get Secretary of Transportation, Secretary Omoshakin, to come and speak and really talk about California's initiatives and vision for transportation. We do a lot of happy hours. We also have something called Impact Leadership, where we take younger professionals and they're able to attend an event to really help them with advancing their career and really getting mentors. I was a participant in the event, and it really helped me both professionally and personally. Other ways to get involved is by attending the events and networking. We have councils and committees. So we have everything from university councils, Vanpool councils, shuttle councils, and then we have committees from a DE&I committee and different other ones that you guys can engage in as well. We also have a Connect forum where you can post questions, and everybody out in the industry and TDM will help with you responding. We love to collaborate and really engage with each other, and not just only locally in our chapter, but nationwide as well. And we have a lot of webinars. We do have some student scholarships available through our local chapters. So if you're interested in those, feel free to reach out to me. Currently, our membership is $40 for full-time and students, but this is going to be changing in 2024. Our board actually just voted last week at our event that this will be free going forward for full-time and students. So if you are interested after this event, feel free to reach out to me. My information is there, and we will make sure that you guys are included in that free membership as well. If you have any questions at all, please let me know.
Great. Thank you so much, Melissa. And you guys heard her. It's going to be free, the membership for students starting next year. For any other questions, yeah, she'll be available in the breakout room. Thank you. Can we go to the next slide, please?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having me. My name is Josh Carmen. I'm a director at Rincon Consultants, primarily focusing on noise, air quality, and greenhouse gas emissions assessments. Also the president of the SF Bay chapter of AEP, which is the Association of Environmental Professionals. We have members across the state, and it's mostly local government planners, agency planners, and environmental consultants working on not just transportation projects, but other projects in terms of environmental review under CEQA, or the California Environmental Quality Act. We offer free student memberships and a scholarship program, which I believe is due around May or June. You can check out our website for more information about scholarships and ways to get involved. We have all kinds of lunch lectures, hikes, legislative updates, and case law updates. And we'll be having our annual conference in Anaheim in March. Our website's CALIFAEP.org. And you can see here, if you have any questions about student scholarships, feel free to reach out to Carly. And yeah, happy to take any questions in the breakout room. Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much for that, Josh. And there's, like he said, a lot of lunch and maybe virtual events. So if, we can't join in person, virtual events are still going on. Thank you. Can we go to the next slide, please?
COMTO, Conference of Minority Transportation Officials. Our mission statement is to empower minority representation in the transportation industry. We have over 3,000 members across the country, 38 chapters. Our chapter is the Northern California chapter, which is very robust and covers Sacramento, San Francisco Bay Area, the South Bay. And I wear the hat of the president of COMTO Northern California, as well as the president of a minority firm. COMTO empowers minority firms to connect with large firms, to connect with government agencies. And the membership includes many large companies that are members of many of the other organizations that are represented here. Our group is unique because it is focused on promoting minorities. I'd like to have Justin talk about how we do that, as shown on the slide.
Hello, everyone. I'm Justin Montgomery. I too with COMTO. I am COMTO's membership chair. You may have seen me before. I know we did an event with this organization back, I think it was October 26th, going over scholarships. But it's glad to be back here again. But with COMTO, as Jesus was mentioning, we do a lot similar with all these other organizations. We do networking, we do professional, we have professional speakers come in. We just had an event this past Monday with attorney Colette Holt, who did an amazing presentation on what's rolling out with these LBE, DBE, and MBE programs. We do a lot, just like all these other organizations. So one thing I want to stress across to all the students on the call is that you just want to get involved. You're going to hear organizations like ourselves and all these other organizations on here, but you really want to get involved and join some of them. And a lot of them are free. So you just got to sign up. Similar with COMTO. We just changed our membership policy this year. So student memberships are now free for all students. So there's like no reason to not sign up, right? Okay, so some other things. Our scholarships, we do have a local chapter scholarship that the deadline just passed a few weeks ago. I actually noticed a couple students from this program apply because I've been reviewing the applications this week. So that's nice to see. But there are national COMTO scholarships. That period is still open right now until the end of the year, till the end of December. And it's pretty much the same type of application process. So, just go in there, sign up. And that too, you have to be a COMTO member to apply. And remember, scholarships are free. So use the link on here, sign up, you'll be right away. Also, if you have any questions, you can reach out to the membership chair by just going to membership@comtonational.org, and it goes right to me, and I can answer any questions. But I'll be on afterwards to help answer any questions for the breakout sessions. Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much, Jesus and Justin. Like they said, the national scholarships are open. So thanks for letting us know. If you guys haven't signed up, please do so. All right. Next slide, please.
Hi, my name is Joseph. I'm an assistant traffic engineer at WTrans currently, and I'm also the student activities chair of the SF Bay ITE chapter. I just graduated from UC Irvine a few months ago. So ITE is an organization of transportation professionals, including planners, engineers, and more. And it operates at the international level all the way down to the student level with university chapters worldwide. I actually joined ITE about halfway through my college experience, and I found it to be incredibly useful. And it was probably the single biggest impact on my career path. ITE as a international organization produces professional documents such as the parking and trip generation manuals, which are heavily depended upon by both government agencies and consultants alike. IT has also been implementing a bunch of different like outreach initiatives. I know for this year, I believe it's ending at the end of 2023, professional planners and non-engineers got a free or reduced membership because, as the name states, ITE, Institute of Transportation Engineers, we're a little bit engineer heavy, so we're trying to promote non-engineer roles in our organization. And in addition to that, student memberships have always been free, and they will remain to be free. And then we have a somewhat of a step system for increasing fees directly out of college. So it's not super expensive. I think your first year out of college at 22 to 23, it's only about $30 a year. And yeah, there's a bunch of events that we have, for example, in the just locally. Our next event is going to be the Student Leadership Summit, which is held annually. This year it's going to be at Cal Poly SLO. And then this year also the Western District annual meeting is going to be in Sacramento. So there's a bunch of events. The SF Bay chapter has weekly meetings and webinars and provide lunch and everything. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me. Check out the websites towards the bottom. We also have scholarships and a bunch of fun stuff. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Joseph. If anyone's interested in hearing more about how joining helped him in his career, and then now as a younger professional, definitely reach out to him during the breakout rooms. All right, can we go to the next slide, please?
So hi, everyone. Catherine Mertz. I am the president and chair of ITS California, and we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization that strives to bring together folks from both the public and the private sector to advance the use of technology for transportation in the state of California. So essentially what we do is we put on local events. Those can be luncheons, technical seminars. Sometimes we do all day long seminars. And then we also host an annual meeting every year. We just had ours in Anaheim last month. And our next one will be coming up on August 26th to the 28th. Of 2024 in San Francisco. So all are welcome to join our organization. Essentially, the way the membership works is you can either buy an individual membership or your organization can purchase a membership. But we also have what we call our Young Professionals group. And the Young Professionals group is really geared towards getting folks that are just sort of getting their foot in the door into the transportation space, especially the ITS space, the access to, all of our members and our, associated organizations so that they can make connections, maybe, find out what type of firms are hiring. And membership to the YPG aspect is always free. So what we usually recommend people do is if you're interested in joining the organization, and you're still considered a, quote, young professional, join as a YPG member, put your name sort of out there to volunteer to be on, one of many of our committees. We have a whole host of committees that range from organizing our events to, sort of managing the back end of what we do. And then we also have scholarship opportunities available. Ours is a little bit different from probably the rest of the orgs that you've already heard from. So we do our scholarships basically at the end of the spring semester. We open up the scholarship so that it will apply for your fall semester. So I will put all that information in the chat. So if you guys have any other questions, you can always contact me directly. And you can find all that information on the website as well. We highly, highly recommend that folks, put their name out. ask to be part of our organization, because that's really how we kind of get the pipeline from, bringing folks in from sort of the fresh out of school aspect to, being on the board. And we have quite a few folks who have gone through our young professionals program that are already board members. So happy to chat more in the breakout rooms, and thank you all for the time.
Thank you for sharing that, Catherine. You guys heard her young professionals group. That's the way to join. Thank you. All right, can we go to the next slide, please?
Hi, so my name is Cristina Villarreal. Thank you so much for having me today. Latinos in Transit is a nonprofit organization that serves the entire United States. We have about 42 states that we are currently representing our membership in, and we've actually just expanded into Canada. So we're really excited of the growth of our membership, and our mission is basically to promote the advancement and the professional development of Latinos and other minorities who are in the public transportation sector. And we do that by having several activities. We are mostly virtually online at the moment. We do have some in-person events, but our most popular is our Café con Lit, which is every third Friday of the month. Visit our website at latinosintransit.org to register for these events. They're absolutely free. And we have speakers on different topics within the transit and transportation sector. They talk about DEI efforts. They'll talk about leadership in transportation. They'll talk about job openings that are coming up. There's a lot of different topics that we cover. So visit that if you want to learn more about the transit and transportation industry on a national basis. We do have a lot of activity in California because we do have several board members that are in that area. And so we do a lot of events there. We're going to be at the California Transit Association conference in next week. So visit our booth. I believe it's booth 904. We'll be there. Stop by and say hi. We have a lot of networking events. We have several workshops throughout the year. We participate in panel discussions at different conferences. We also have a scholarship program, and our scholarship program will actually begin in 2024. Applications go out in February, so look out for that. We gave out 12 scholarships in 2023, and this year we have a goal of reaching $100,000 in scholarships. So definitely look out for that. We did give out a lot of we gave out, I think, 2 or 3 at San Jose State University. So we were excited to do that. This year, we did have people from across the country. So look at our website for more information on that in February. There's several ways to get involved, especially by becoming a member. Right now, we don't have free student rates, but our student rate and our young professionals group is at $50. That does come with several membership benefits, like discounted rates to our different webinars. And it also comes with priority seating to our Leadership Academy, which is a professional development program. And we have a track on there that is called the New Careers in Transit, that will basically take you through the different components of somebody that is just coming into the transit or transportation industry. And it's mostly hosted and facilitated by industry experts that are Latinos. So we really want to put people, in connection and mentorship, in mentorship opportunities with Latinos that are already in that C-suite and already leading the transportation industry. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Again, my name is Cristina Villarreal. My email's on the screen, and I look forward to meeting you.
Great. Thank you so much, Christina. I'm sure you'll get lots of emails. All right. And then the last one, last but not least, can we go to the next slide, please?
Hi, everyone. My name is Imogen. I am the chair of the San Francisco Bay Area chapter of Young Professionals in Transportation. And I'm speaking with another person on the board. Megan, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, everyone. I'm Megan Chan. I work with Commuter in San Jose, and I currently hold the position of chair of programs in the South Bay.
YPT is an international organization with chapters all around the world. And our vision is to connect young professionals with one another and those with experience in the industry, as well as just to cultivate the future leaders within the transportation industry and support them. We're open to all young transportation enthusiasts, and our definition of young is definitely not rigid. It includes anyone from students to those in their first couple of years of their career to tenured engineers who are young at heart. Our core mission is to ensure that our community is supported with career guidance, fellowship, and networking opportunities. Now I'll pass it on to Megan to talk more about it.
Yeah, so we are called Young Professionals in Transportation, and I think every part of that sentence or like of our name is very flexible. Young can mean anything. Professional can be any type of professional. We have so many different types of people. So we have people that work in data, we have engineers, we have planners, and that's why we like to say transportation enthusiasts, because it's not so rigid that our members have to work in transportation. A lot of people just like to nerd out in transportation, and we want to set up the environment and community to allow everyone to do so. Our membership is only $20 a year, and basically that gives you access to all of our activities, from social events, happy hours. We have networking events that focus on like connecting in a professional level. We're setting up a mentorship program. We do online webinars and also in-person field trips. So in the past, we've done like a field trip to the streetcar museum. This year, we also participated in a transit month, and we did a nice happy hour in Oakland. When you do pay that membership fee of only $20 a year, we do buy you free drinks. So you can definitely get your money's worth. And yeah, we look forward to having a lot more events and having a lot more collaboration with a lot of the other orgs that are present today. And we are catered more towards young professionals. So it's definitely a really great organization after you're a student to transition to a professional environment, because there's a lot of growing pains that comes with that, and we definitely want to help and make that transition easier for all of our members. So if anyone has additional questions, Imogen and I will be available later, but Imogen's contact is also on the slide, and you can also contact us to our chapter email.
Thank you both. And just reading from the chat, I believe there's a lot of students that are either at the cusp of graduating or just graduated. Thank you. Can we go to the next slide, please? Before we move on to the Q&A, we do want to just highlight a few upcoming activities from WTS and MTI. November 13th, there's going to be an info session about an online program offered by San Jose State University and MTI. It's the Graduate Studies in Transportation Management. November 30th through December 1st, the future of automated shared mobility. And MTI is a proud co-sponsor of the event. November 9th, that's tomorrow, the 2024 mentorship application deadline for WTS. And I believe that link was also posted in the chat earlier. And again, you guys will be receiving these slides, so you guys will have access to the links. December 11th, we have the WTS holiday party. So come and get the chance to meet other WTS members and their corporate and agency partners. And on January 3rd, we have the scholarship applications deadline. And for those of you interested, Marcella will have more information during the breakout sessions. Okay, and with that, I will pass it on to Divya. She will be leading the panel discussion. Divya, feel free to introduce yourself.
Thank you, Itzel. And yes, good evening, everyone. Wow, we are 11 organizations strong today. So many events, so many scholarships and opportunities. And all of these organizations are really waiting to meet you all and really support you as you transition into the industry full-time or in part-time roles as you may be looking for. So a little bit about me. My name is Divya Gandhi. I am a transportation planner and a project manager supporting the transit and rail team at AECOM. That's my day job. I'm also a WTS member, just like Itzel, Jasmine, Christina, and Marcella present here today, and have been involved with WTS board for several years now. I'm thrilled to be moderating this panel about a discussion on the benefits of joining professional organizations and strategies to effectively get involved and make the most of this engagement one of the key goals for today's session is to really, tap into the knowledge and the diverse set of experiences that everyone present here has. So I can personally attest to the immense value of engaging in professional organizations. I have been a direct beneficiary of insights, connections, opportunities that these organizations have offered for several years now. And I'm excited to hear how similar experiences have impacted our panelists present here today. So if you have a story or an insight or a quick tip that could benefit others, please feel free to share. We would all love to hear it. And let's make this an interactive session. So with that, I will get into the first question, which is, let's really start with talking about where do we start? Where can the members of our audience start to get involved in the organizations that have presented today?
Well, I'll start. I guess my first tip would be don't dip your toe in the water, jump right in. As we've heard, these organizations are all eager to welcome young people, students, and sort of the future of the industry into our organizations. And I think the best way to get involved is to jump in and get involved, volunteer, not just attend the events, but see how you can help, see how you can provide value. That's how you're going to most naturally meet key people within the respective organization. And specific to ACEC, I know our chapter is eager to support a cohort of young people who want to come together and kind of build their own networking group. So, it could be a little intimidating when you're younger to jump into a networking group where there are people who are much more seasoned. Maybe they already know each other. It can be intimidating. So bring a friend, recruit other young people along with you. Kimberly Horn's done a great job of that with the East Bay chapter. But again, we're eager. So if you want to come on board and create your own little kind of world, we're here to support that. So my tip is jump in, don't be afraid. We're all eager to support you, and we welcome your participation.
Yeah, I'd like to echo that because, really what got me involved with ITS California was the willingness to just volunteer and do something that other people either were not willing to do or maybe didn't have necessarily the time or the skill set to do. It took a very, I would say it does take some boldness to step in and say, hey, I can do that. But once you kind of take that step, it's very easy for you to then sort of navigate the ropes and you start to make those connections. And for me, it was very easy to transition from, hey, I'm volunteering to this very simple thing to now I'm making connections with folks all around California, not just in the Bay Area or in Northern California. So I very much would sort of echo that sentiment of volunteer, make yourself known and continue to volunteer. Because I think sometimes you can put your name out there and say, hey, I'm willing to help, and it might not be the right time, or it might not be, the necessary need that the organization has. So, make yourself available to multiple organizations, and definitely continue to make those outreach contacts. And that's really where you can start to, not only sort of benefit from the networking side, but also make very strong connections that you'll hold for decades within the organization and the industry.
Yeah, I like to add to that also. I 100% agree with what Catherine said. And I would encourage you to continue looking on the different organizations' websites. Latinos in Transit, for instance, has an internship program that we open up every year. And that's a great way to get your foot in the door with the organization itself. We have an internship program that actually pays out a stipend as part of your scholarship. And so that is also very beneficial to you. So look at the different organizations' websites and see if there's something there that could help you get into the industry and to help out with that organization itself. I really encourage you to do that. That's kind of what happened with me with Latinos in Transit. When I was in my graduate program, I did my thesis on Latinos in Transit, and then they ended up bringing me on board. So, it kind of worked out working for them and volunteering, like Catherine said, and then somehow getting my foot in the door with them to advance my career. So.
I would just like to add it with everything that everyone has said is, attending an event where there are 100+ people can be a little intimidating. I've been there. It can be a little difficult, especially when you could potentially be the youngest person in the room. This evening we have all shared our email address or the contact information for someone on any of these organizations. Don't hesitate to reach out. We're all here tonight because we want to support you. We want to see you thrive. So if you're interested in WTS, LID, ACEC, COMTO, just reach out. We're all happy to support you and introduce you to other people in the industry and answer any questions that you might have as you start to navigate and start actually really embark on your career journey.
Wonderful.
I actually would like to add something else too. I think it's very important to network because building a network after graduating is very important because you don't have as many resources unless you join a club or you help your community in some way, and that will give you back when you're trying to move from a job to another. You've already built enough network and you know enough people to go from a company to another, and that's how you're gonna grow in your career. And that's what ASCE-SF YMF has offered me personally.
Wonderful. Thank you all for your insight. So quick rundown. Volunteer. Think about how you can help and continue to volunteer, not just once, but continue to do that. Bring a friend to an event. Be aware of the opportunities that these organizations offer. And just like Jasmine said, don't hesitate to reach out. And lastly, just like Marian said, important to network, build that community for yourself. I saw someone raise their hand. Was that a mistake or did you want to add something? Okay. Sounds like that was an error. Okay, no worries. Let's go to the next question. So as we can see here, we have 11 organizations. So what we would like to hear more about was how do you filter through what organization or association to join and be more involved in? There, we can see we have a good number of options. So what kind of perspectives can you offer today in what has really led to the decision of choosing one organization to get involved with over the other?
Well,
Kick it off.
Go for it, Justin.
All right. Let's see. Me, myself, when I was in undergrad or in college, I joined a lot of organizations that was tied to my major. So like civil engineering, I joined ITS and ASCE and WTS too. I thought it was just all a actual women organization, but guys were able to join too, right? And NSBE as well, other chapters who aren't on or organizations that aren't on this call. But that's how I kind of got started. This organizations that was geared to my major, but through networking and being involved inside these organizations, I met a lot of leading professionals, and it just really helped that transition from college into the industry. I got a lot of job offers or even just doing interviews. It was a conversation starter. There was so many people in the professional industry that will look on your resume and go, "Oh, you're a part of this organization. Let's talk about it." And next thing you know, you're all buddy and you're getting an offer even you're leaving out. So it's a good transition point, especially going from college into the industry. And then when I did transition to the industry, I just kind of I gravitated to COMTO. I'm still involved in several other organizations other than COMTO. I'm just representing COMTO on this call. But likewise, it's just the networking that really kind of stands out above it most. And developing those relationships with these clients and firms out here, it just really helps you inside your career.
Thank you, Justin. Jasmine, you were going to add something.
Well, Justin just covered that.
I would.
Wow.
Okay.
I would add on to Justin that it's okay to be part of more than one organization. I particularly got involved with ITE very early on in my career, and I'm still very actively involved with them as an organization. And there's so much sort of crossover between the two organizations, that it's okay to, be on multiple mailing lists and join multiple meetings. You're not going to hurt anyone's feelings. It's probably the best way to kind of, get a cohesive circle around you. So definitely don't be shy when it comes to joining multiple organizations. You don't have to just pick one. They all have their own merits and kind of stand on their own. And then we do a whole lot of crossover. ITS California does joint meetings with ITE, IMSA, WTS constantly, right? So it's great to sort of be involved in multiple organizations, and it really will sort of enhance the ability for you to make connections, network, and, kind of find your niche within the organizations and your career in general.
I just want to add that, your career is going to be 30 plus years, right? So, any span in your career, you can be part of one organization, then another one. Previously, I was on the board with Josh at AEP. So now I'm WTS, still participating in AEP's events. So, get engaged and do it as long as you like. And then you may decide you want to join a different organization, be more engaged in that one. And that's okay. At the end of the day, we're all one industry and one community of professionals.
Wonderful. Thank you all. Those are excellent tips. I think something that might come up as students or folks that are getting, thinking of getting into the industry right now, fresh graduates. Any tips for anyone just starting out that feel unsure about networking and how to just put yourself out there?
I actually have a good example for this one. So I am a student myself, and I was recently at a networking event that I didn't know a single person in the room, and wasn't sure. I had showed up by myself, so wasn't sure how to get started. So I looked around the room and I found one person that wasn't talking to anybody. So I walked up to her and asked if I could introduce myself, let her know who I was, what my background was, why I was there. And she spent the rest of the evening introducing me to people all around the room, some people that I already had connections with and didn't know it. And I thought that was a really just get started.
And I just would like to add, if you're starting off your career or, just recently graduated looking for a job and you go to a networking event, have business cards. Your business cards don't have to be tied to your to a company or an agency, and also bring your resumes. What a great opportunity to pass out resumes and make that first impression on folks. And networking can be a little intimidating. I know at first it was just overwhelmed when I used to walk into a room, and I made a game out of it. I was like, okay, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to meet 5 people, and I just made it a numbers game. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And then it will no longer be a game. It'll be something that you really enjoy. So, go get business cards, write your resumes. And if you have to make it a game, but go out and meet people.
I also would like to add to that. Also work on your LinkedIn profile. Start adding people as you meet, as you network. That's how you build. That's how you keep touch with everyone. Just think about it. You're not gonna walk into a classroom again to talk to your friends. Now you're gonna go to social events, and it's just the same thing. You're just talking to people that you've never met before. Just go and ask questions. I'm sure you have so many questions, and you're gonna meet great people with so many different experiences.
Yeah, and I just want to say, follow up with those people, right? So if someone says, here's my email address, here's my number, send them a message and say, it was great meeting you. The perfect example I have is I had a meeting this morning with someone that I met at an ITE NorCal section event in Sacramento, probably 17 years ago. And at that point, he was a UC Davis, soon to be graduate, and he was sort of looking for different organizations he can get involved in and different companies he can potentially work for. He's now working at SFMTA, and he's the project manager for the project that I happen to be working on. So I recognized his name. I said, "You went to UC Davis?" And he said, "Yeah, I did." So that was the instant connection we had, and we've fostered that relationship now for 17 years, right? So just don't be afraid to reach out. Even if people don't respond right away, it's okay. You can send them an email in 3-4 months and say, "Hey, I met you at this local event. Just want to touch base with you and see how we can connect future," right? So it's okay to, sort of be bold in that regard. Don't have any shame about reaching out to people.
Yeah. I'd
I
also
have
like
one
to
more
add
quick thing. You can go first, Megan. You go
Sure.
first. You go first.
Hey, thanks, Justin. That the buddy system really has helped me personally. Whether it's somebody that you know in the organization already, or like even just someone else, like your peer that wants to get involved in an organization, or someone that like maybe you reach out to an officer and you're like, "Hey, I really want to come to this event. Can I like meet up with you there?" Something like that. I think the buddy system has really helped me like really feel like at least I know one person, and they can help introduce you to other people. You both can kind of like tag team any conversations that you're involved in. But I know like for me, I was definitely more on the shy side when I started getting involved, and just having another friend there, another confidant, really helped me gain that confidence to, network on my own eventually. Sorry, Justin, thanks for letting me go. Go ahead, please.
No, it's great. I just want to say I love hearing all this feedback. I wish I heard all this when I was in like undergrad. But to add on what Jasmine actually said, business cards is like essential when you're networking or going out and meeting people. Students, you can do digital business cards. Like our company has like these digital ones. This is from like Dot, I think, something like that. You just walk around, you scan it, and then you can also get, the ones on your app. This is from Blink. I don't know if you can see it, kind of, maybe. But real quick and easy, digital business cards, just as useful. That's all I want to add for now.
I think similar to the buddy system, if you have somebody, a role model or a mentor, whether it's formal or informal, talk to them about what you're interested in and get them to help, bring you along to events and stuff that they're attending. If it's something that you're interested in, because that's what mentors really like to do. So so it's like the buddy system, but slightly different. So mentors are really important. Join a mentorship program if you aren't already in one.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you everyone for sharing such great tips. Have business cards, carry your resume, spice up your LinkedIn, reach out to people, follow up, go introduce yourself. So much to do, right? With that, I think what we would like to do is we're okay taking one question from the audience that can be answered by everyone present in the panel here today. So giving a moment to the audience to put in a question in the chat. And in the meantime, I think we have one last question for the panelists, which is if you have one life-changing advice or a tip, that has come in from your engagement and participation with professional organizations. One. Thank you.
I actually would like to share my personal experience. I think serving your community it's something big. It's not just that, oh, you're being a good person. No, it will pay back. When you help others, you're gonna find that help will come and reach out to you. So don't be afraid to show up, to speak up, to ask people if they need help. We need you. Like come, like if you graduated, be part of our board. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna work on your leadership. So don't be afraid to serve. Thank you.
I just want to echo that. Definitely put yourself out there, volunteer, be willing to put in some work, right? But you'll definitely be rewarded with people appreciating the effort and the work that you're putting into the organization. It goes a lot longer way than you think it does. So be bold.
I think a motto that has helped me through a lot of my career is like know your why. Um, Determining your reasoning for doing whatever you want to do. If you want to join an organization, what do you want to accomplish that? What purpose are you doing this for? Are you there to be like a member? Do you want to serve a more active role? Do you want to network? And I think knowing your why will also help in so many different levels of your career, in so many different situations. We were talking about earlier, like how do you decide which org to be in? I think knowing your why and what you want to get out of a specific organization, what you want to accomplish with, the limited time that you have, really helps in guiding any decisions that you make and can help guide the rest of your career.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all. Thank you all the panelists for sharing your insights. Sorry, Justin, were you saying something?
Oh yeah, I have one to add to. Develop relationships. I had key individual or mentors in my life just kept telling me over and over and over again, especially early on in my career, develop the relationships. And it kind of goes back to that saying, it's not exactly what you know, but who you know. But, getting out there, developing those key relationships with individuals, a lot of these professionals out here, it just opens up so many opportunities, job opportunities, life opportunities, mentorships, that really just help propel you exponentially inside your career. So develop relationships.
Right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Justin. And thank you everyone else for sharing your insights, experiences, and such great tips, really.